Alright, Goku. That's my dog.
Event is here, and now's the time to save 20%
Scarlet?
on makeup,
Boy, what the hell, boy?
skincare.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp.
I'm letting this right now. I better not get pissed off.
Fight! Son Goku, Superman.
Wait, is my
It's
thing?
time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it all.
My camera
into
fine
play.
up here?
We're examining Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all three, just to be thorough, plus Dragon Ball Heroes.
He's Wiz. and
Dragon
I'm
Ball
Boosted.
Heroes? Oh
And
yeah, it's
it's our
over.
job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills
Dragon Ball
to find out
Heroes,
who would
they
win
got that
on
in there. It's
Death Battle.
over. Yeah, but I don't know how Superman is in the like.
Far away, in an enchanted land, an old master found a boy
Wait,
and
hold on.
marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son Goku.
Chances are, if you've watched some localized anime, you can thank this guy.
Inspired by martial arts
Alright, we're
films
basically
and his wife's
watching this
interest in
again.
Chinese culture, Akira Toriyama crafted the story and the character that would define generations to come.
Dragon Ball! Kakarot was born a low-class Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, narrowly escaped its destruction by Frieza, and was raised on Earth by happy old Grandpa Gohan.
Not just raised, but trained. Gohan began Goku's teachings in martial arts, which he would find to be his true calling under the guidance of Master Roshi. Specifically,
They really
he
got
learned the
Charlotte in
Kame-sen
here.
and Ryu style, which focuses on discipline and tenacity, both of which strongly define Goku's character.
The more he learned, the more he wanted to improve. This little low-class monkey boy would prove that hard work and dedication
Monkey
can
boy,
beat
that's
raw
insane.
talent. Within just a few years, he was so strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods. And a talking cat, but mostly gods. When you're training to dodge lightning, you know you're a few leagues over everyone else.
He did have a slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman. They also take Nietzsche's famous words, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," very, very literally.
It's almost unfair how much of a boost in power they get after they're hurt.
While Saiyans like Vegeta may have
That's
abused
what I
this
need.
trait, it suits Goku. No matter how many times you knock him down,
need a boost
he
of
will
strength
get
every
back
time I
up
get hurt.
stronger than before.
It helps
But
that
not
he
hurt
knows
in a
so
way
many
where it's, like,
cool combat
physically,
moves, like the
but, like-
Kamehameha.
An incredibly
You know what I'm saying?
powerful technique
Like-
that focuses one's ki into a single point for a devastating beam.
I need to get
So
buff
challenging, it took
off of stuff
Roshi
like that.
decades to master, but Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations. For example, Goku can curve the beam after firing, or even shoot it from his feet.
But unlike most Saiyans, he doesn't just use ki to blow shit up. Moves like the Solar Flare, Energy Landbind, and God Bind require a lot more strategy and planning.
Because while Goku isn't exactly book smart, he is a genius when it comes to martial arts. He doesn't just train to conquer his opponents, but to conquer himself.
He's also got some different moves, like trapping you in a rice cooker.
Well, pretty much any container could be used.
Yeah, I
to
want to do a
unlock
trying to
ceiling
laugh too.
Then there's Kaioken, aka instant steroids. Goku's multiplied his power by 20 with it before, and in a movie, he even got it up to times 100. What a badass!
The Genki Dama, or Spirit Bomb, is potentially his strongest attack, but it requires considerable time. Unlike instant transmission, which is a teleport that's instant. The way it works is Goku detects another person, like a sort of beacon, then teleports to their location by launching himself through an alternate dimension where time
I'm not gonna lie, I already
stands
know
still.
all of this
Yes,
information.
according to the Daizenshuu guidebook, it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in between space in some movies and games.
And the dubs wanted us to think it shot Goku's molecules around at light speed. Silly English.
The dubs did more than that. In fact, early dubs of Dragon Ball Z tried to rewrite Goku as a Superman figure. Even his famous speech on Namek about being the light in the darkness was originally about him coming to terms with his Saiyan heritage, accepting his anger and pride, avenging his people by defeating Frieza, and declaring himself the Super Saiyan.
Bro, you can't even see.
If there
I got hit with an ad anyways.
When we listen, we are unconfined, free to travel the worlds inside our minds. There's more to imagine when we listen. Audible.
Audible, these nuts. Come on, ads.
there's any scene that deserves the word epic, it's when he went gold. Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a loop by turning Goku into a god.
Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku gained Divine Ki, a pure form of Ki unspoiled by mortal hands. Unlike normal Ki, it can't be detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kinda like Senzu beans. Did you know one Senzu has so much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs? They're missing
Bro,
out.
I did not
God Goku
see
reached a level
that
of power
part
that
of the
could compete with
manga,
the greatest
bro.
of deities, nearly
I
shattering
shoulda knew
the
they
whole
was gonna do
universe
something
with
like
a
that.
single clash
I shoulda
on its
expected
first
it.
go. Dragon Ball's cosmology is unique. This model is said to be an accurate depiction of Universe 7, but there's a wrinkle there. When all of humanity went to heaven,
Because Boo went berserk.
Videl commented that heaven is just as large as a universe, and the Daizenshuu backs her up.
And that's heaven. Big planet.
So let's scale things up with that in mind. Doing so would make Universe 7 over 1,500 times larger than our own observable universe.
And Goku could destroy that much the first time he went God. And he didn't lose that power. He learned how to use it even better, even in base form. Now, imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God and became Super Saiyan Blue.
Super
Look how many
Saiyan God,
forms he
Super
got. That's
Yeah, not saying
insane.
that. Or after he trained with some almighty angels. Or when he perfected the blue hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Goku has certainly performed great feats with God Ki, breaking through Hit's time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient timeline, defeating Jiren, who shook the entire world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the destruction god move that nopes you out of existence. Your being and your soul erased from all of time and space.
Culminating in his greatest form, Ultra Instinct.
Chrome
Woo!
Goku
That's-
isn't a normal
that form is
transformation, it's a
beautiful.
state of
Oh my
mind.
goodness.
Ultra Instinct is the highest peak of martial arts, subconsciously making optimal choices because you're in the zone, doing without thinking.
Something Goku has always been training to do. Technically, it can be used in any form, but when perfected, Autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability.
See,
even
I
pushing
ain't
his
see
body
that.
well beyond his physical limits. So far beyond, in fact, Ultra Instinct can summon a
Ah, la, 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 la.
defend him when his own
I already know that, bro, because everybody on TikTok be
It is, which is why he's developed incremental
Whoa.
versions of it for specific uses.
Everybody on
It's
TikTok be spoiling
extremely
everything.
difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Heroes, aka Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
While technically a different continuity, CC Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku. His history and powers are the same, making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities. The only real difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
This Goku used instant transmission to teleport through time and dimensions. He outsped a god who could see the future. He defeated Dark King Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe. Hell, this series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can break space-time just by going Super Saiyan 4.
Looking back at that goofy monkey boy chopping wood and punching dinosaurs, it's almost overwhelming to think about how far Goku has come, how much he's had to face.
But no matter the challenge, he takes it head-on and pushes through.
I want to know
Showing
how,
everyone,
like, what's his real
everywhere,
age?
how to go even further beyond.
Ain't like, I don't want to throw numbers out.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman.
Geez, just a locomotive? People in the 40s needed bigger imaginations.
Born on the far-off world of Krypton, the infant Kal-El was sent to Earth by his parents, narrowly escaping Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers as Clark Kent, he eventually became Superman, champion of the oppressed, the man of tomorrow.
If you've only seen the movies, forget him. Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout, and he's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants and grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And then that ugly mustache showed up.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrifying horrors, the pair created Superman to be a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
A hero who could defeat any evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost 9 decades, Superman has been many things. At the core, his story story is
Wait, they
one
had
of a
Goku's
refugee,
age in there?
a
I
child
wasn't even
who
paying
lost his
attention.
home,
That's crazy.
left to the mercy of alien people. This new world accepted him, raised him, gave him a new home, because helping others in need is the right thing to do. That's why he became a superhero, the first superhero.
Everything's gotta start somewhere, but he was the first one to really take off. I mean, not literally. It took a while, actually, before he learned how to fly.
In fact, when Clark discovered his Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can do all that, but Batman can punch him out? Really?
You're probably thinking of Elseworld stories outside main canon like Dark Knight Returns. It's a good question though. Superman's powers have fluctuated over time for a variety of reasons. However, for Death Battle, we take the characters at their best.
Yeah, like how his breath is so powerful he can sneeze away a solar system, or blow air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Speaking of, his X-ray vision doesn't just see through walls, he can see through your own body and mind to examine your soul.
And yet, he can't see through lead. That's okay though, he can just burn through it with his face. Since he gets his power from the yellow sun, his heat vision burns with the fire of a star. And if beams aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Simply put, Superman's powers defy physics. My favorite examples of this are when he rebuilt the reality warping miracle machine from memory, or punched Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it through all of time, or when
What?
he
How is that
worth
even
of mental training
possible?
through only 5 minutes of
They try to
reading,
make
and
Superman
then
OP.
successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice. My favorite example is when he smelled brownies in North
But
Dakota.
he ain't more OP
from
than
orbit.
Goku,
Even
bro.
beyond his
Like, be
powers,
realistic.
Superman is no
I
novice
don't
when it
know.
comes to the intricacies of
I don't
battle.
know.
He's
They
trained
both
in
OP.
Kryptonian martial arts, which uses Chi, or as they call it, Shriar. He even got summoned to Asgard to fight demons with Thor for 1,000 years.
Superman can resist being erased from existence, such as tanking Darkseid's Omega Beams. Even Retcon and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
Timelines literally revolve around him.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant in the room. You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman, and DC Comics as a whole, have gone through multiple retcons.
Golden Age, Silver Age, pre-crisis, post-crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on.
It would help to know which one is the main Superman, right? Well, they all are.
Yeah, the latest reboots basically said everything in the main series is kinda canon, even when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control. Ew. I guess he can still
What?
phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled events from supposedly retcon timelines before.
Yeah, post-crisis Supes did start as less powerful than in pre-crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Commie Superman, Dinosaur Superman. There's a bunch.
Still, this new canon has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star increases them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star, he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to
A
another
white
galaxy,
star?
Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him. He really just said that.
Remember, Superman defies physics.
Like when he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've seen that his universe has a radius of at least 100 trillion light
Yeah,
years, but
by the
we
way
can
they
calculate
gassing
a more
him,
exact
yeah, it's over.
figure. The DC universe is 15
Silver.
billion years old and expands at 60 trillion light years per half second. This
I want my
means
phone
its
down
radius
disturbed, bro.
must
That group chat
be
wild.
over 50 nonillion light years across.
What? That's 31 zeros, and Supes helped make that happen.
Well, about 1/5 of it. That's still immense power, but if you want something bigger, here's the Anti-Monitor blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the antimatter universe. And then Superman, you know.
Punched him so hard it kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now, Superman does have weaknesses. There's kryptonite, of course, and exposure to red starlight can fade his powers over time.
Not all at once. He
Man,
has been
when
able to
Goku
move
go
planets
Ultra
around
Instinct, he
while
not gonna
under a
touch
red
him.
star. So
He not gonna touch
And
him.
everyone knows Superman can't deal with magic, but it's more accurate to say he doesn't have any special resistances to it. He's defeated plenty of magic users before, even Shazam.
Superman challenges the idea that
type of
absolute
Superman is
power
that? What
corrupts
the hell?
absolutely. He's the goodest good guy of them all, but there is nuance to being good. Even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Such as when he took on the World Forger, one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
What is that? Yo, it's so many comics, bro.
Replace the one Clark calls home. Who's gonna stop him?
Yo, it is so many
And the Forger knew
comics.
it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant he could never escape. Or so the Forger thought.
Instead, Clark found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger, and shatter his new multiverse with a single punch. Because that's Superman, a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
He's the kind of person to save a cat from a tree, answer Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
Truth and justice has no better champion than the Man of Steel.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying
Yeah,
anything
he got it,
online.
bro.
Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch.
I'm actually confused.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by
But he
BetterHelp.
got Ultra
It's
Instinct,
getting to be the
bro.
holiday season again, and I just know Mama Boomstick is finally getting me that new dune buggy I've been drooling over. What's gonna be stuffed in
Nah,
your
bro,
stocking?
still got it. I
A
ain't gonna
couple
lie.
undiscovered elements would be nice, but the holidays are also about giving gifts to yourself.
Maybe that means giving yourself a break during this busy month, or treating yourself when you have the time.
And in anticipation of a new year, sometimes that means therapy.
Therapy can be super helpful year-round, but especially during this season, the holiday blues are no joke.
If you're thinking about starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try.
What's great is that it's totally online, so
Bro,
it's
what am I doing?
Get matched.
I lock it.
no additional
I gotta lock in.
month.
That's BetterHelp.
Nobody wanna hit ads.
We've run the data through
Alright,
all
come on.
possibilities.
It's
Whoa.
time for a death battle!
Alright, my boy Son Goku. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all can ride out with Superman. Y'all can have that. And they got the action music.
Today's the day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
L voice actors. Well, I don't think they're gonna kill each other. I don't think. Maybe. This fight was. General.
You're holding back. Give it your all.
Bro, that sound is so soothing. The instant transmission.
I'm doing just fine.
He said F Super Saiyan 2, 3, 4. Super Saiyan God. He went straight to blue. Oh my god.
Oops. Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
Damn! Oh my god.
Looks like a job, Forbes.
Wait, that's the white star that gave him that power? I don't know. I'm just making assumptions. Oh shit, they got Goku with his shirt
Well,
on.
what do you think?
That
Ultra
was
Instinct.
awesome. Nice suit.
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
Now they what happened with this. It's hard. Yo, what the hell, bro? Yo, this is crazy. He's cheating. He's literally cheating. Why is he doing all that for?
Finally.
Yo, this is actually insane, bro. Oh, he destroyed the planet! Bro, he went Kaioken and Ultra Instinct, bro. Mastered Ultra Instinct. No, stop buffering! That's it. Everything is destroyed. The whole... There's no... nothing. There's literally nothing no more.
Huh? Ah, darn it.
Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
What?
Forward to it.
Oh, no.
Let's go again.
You're on.
Nah, they made Superman 2 OP, bro. That was bound to happen, bro.
That's it. The
Yo, that's
final
crazy.
indisputable
No, that was
answer.
hard, though.
Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
There are so many ways this battle could go, especially with all the other continuities.
Yeah, for real. Goku would kick almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
There's a lot to cover, so let's address the 5 categories most representative of this fight.
Damn, they did my
Want
boy
Fortnite
dirty.
skins.
Oh
How
my
fun
god.
will it be to stop worrying about the default skins?
First up, strength. Both could hit hard enough to break or make their whole universe, or take it in stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most, Dragon Ball's universe is 1,505 times larger than our own. But based on the DC Universe's officially established age and rate of expansion, it is 1.6 vigintillion times larger, over a novemdecillion times more than Goku's.
At some point, you reach a number high enough that it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway, Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus fight, even by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
But even if we highball Goku by quadrillions or quintillions of times, the gap is just too much, especially with the World Forger feat. Not even Heroes competes with that. Superman
Exactly,
takes
the
edge
World
in stride.
Forger.
But strength isn't everything.
Once I seen
Let's
that, I
talk
knew it
speed.
was
Both
over.
are obviously way faster than light, but Superman crossed that mega-sized universe of his in seconds and flew faster than infinity.
Makes sense, he can keep up with the Flash, whose speed is so ludicrous it's unquantifiable.
Don't count Goku out, though. Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an omnipresent merged timeline also implies immeasurable speeds.
That, combined with instant transmission and Ultra Instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably, Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable. The safest bet here is to say they tie in speed.
Especially when we look at skill. Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman sees training as a means to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat and Kryptonian martial arts are impressive, but he's only used them a few times. It would be disingenuous to say he's an equivalent master at them.
So Goku wins in skill, but not necessarily in experience.
Don't get it wrong, Superman is not a mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial arts experts like Cobra without powers.
Goku has spent decades training, but Superman battled Norse demons for 1,000 years.
He's also astonishingly brilliant, like when he reassembled the reality warping miracle machine from memory. Experience obviously goes to Superman. But perhaps less obvious is our last category, powers.
Hakai, Spirit Bomb, Mafuba, Instant Transmission, God Key, God Bind. How does Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's different from Magic. God Ki is simply pure Ki, and Magic isn't an auto win against Superman anyway, whose greater strength could break out of something like the God Bind.
Mafuba and the Spirit Bomb would take way too long, and Goku's never successfully used Hakai before. Even if he did land it, Superman's impossible to erase from reality. Like, he's tanked Omega Beams, which do the same thing as Hakai.
Superman can time travel, countering Instant Transmission's similar ability from Heroes. And regarding teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough enough to withstand a vacuum, Instant Transmission requires another person to act as a beacon. He can't just warp to any red star.
Even if he did, Superman could simply fly away and find a blue or white star for a supercharge.
And Goku could not pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
So, that's it then. Clark has too many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Well, I think
GG's,
there's something
man.
else. Goku versus Superman reaches a broader zeitgeist.
They had a
It's
rap
more
battle?
than just two characters fighting. For a whole generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole other world of ideas and stories for us sheltered Westerners to experience, and Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies and culture. And if that's what's at stake, who wants Goku to lose?
Nobody.
Sure you're not overthinking this?
Nobody
It's not
wanted him to
our
lose.
intent,
I
but
sure
it
as hell
does call
didn't
into
want him to
question what we're
lose.
doing. How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation? Are we stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants in a vacuum of violence? And if
Wow,
so,
he's
then
just
what's
chatting
the
now.
point?
Yapping.
Because it's fun.
He's a
Will,
yapper.
damn it, man. There's more than one way to appreciate something. We're having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together. And that's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer, that battle was super, man.
That's the worst pun.
What fits them both?
It's so lame.
I don't see you doing any better.
I do the math of
GG's.
punch.
Well, maybe if you math as good as I
GG's.
punch, then Goku would have won.
What is wrong with you?